Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is zyroxandra. We are going to talk about how I feel about Ghost of Tsushima after beating it, and also giving my overall review of the game out of 10. We will be talking about the pros I had with the game and the cons. I go very in depth regarding the cons instead of just saying I hated it or something. And today was going to be a playthrough, but this has been a work in progress for quite a bit. Let's start off with the pros. The customization in the game is amazing. I like how you can put any hat, mask, and outfit on. It never locks you to only a set like some games do. This was fantastic to have because you can customize Jin however you want. The hook that you get, I would say late in Act 1, is such a brilliant tool to have. Every time it was needed, the animation was very polished. It just felt smooth overall. I really loved how each and every environment felt and had each of their own things to set them apart from each other. It did feel like I was almost playing a completely different game when riding around on my horse in each individual area. I also started to notice that if you decide to be the ghost more than the samurai, the weather changes a lot to where it was storming constantly when choosing the ghost path. I think that is a really unique feature and adds more to the feel of sneaking around, taking down enemies. Now onto the combat of the game. It felt really refreshing and smooth each and every time I would hit, block, dodge, and or parry someone. Especially the bosses, which I believe are in every mythical tale quest. Having to memorize when they are going to hit and to dodge at the perfect times added a lot to each fight, and all the bosses fight differently. Some may be easier than others, but it is the other way around for some. I also really want to point out the ghost stance, which you get at, say, mid Act 2. I believe so, I could be wrong. No, you get it at, oh my gosh, I think you get it Act 1. That stance is, it is amazing. I love that one so much. Let's get into the cons. Black screens. This one I was a bit iffy on since I'm unsure if they had to do this for certain or most scenes due to the open world aspect. At times it would distract me from the current scenarios we are in if it's intense. I'll use the scene when Jin nearly gets killed in the very beginning and saved by Yuna. While we're trying to escape from the area, certain conversations would happen. I'd say like little checkpoints almost. And it would cause a black screen to appear, then a theatrical black line at the top and bottom. This kept distracting me from how intense the situation we're currently in. I do feel like the black bars should have happened instead of a black screen than that. It might have helped and added more to the situation, but like I said, I am unsure if they had to do it for certain reasons or not. I would honestly prefer the theatrical black cuts, like have those come down and then smooth right back into gameplay. That would have just smoothed, like this, what's going on right now, is I wish that's how it worked all across the game. But some, it can do the theatrical cuts, others it has to do black screen, those, and then another black screen, which can get very, like, just making you lose immersion. Which I think overall they're a bit of an issue. Side quests are slightly repetitive. At times I would be doing side quests then story, because that's almost like the kind of person I am with open world games. Only issue is it would cause me to lose immersion in the game which is a major issue that some open world games deal with. If you're to play the game, I would recommend to start avoiding side quests once you hit Act 2, and just go through to the end. Unless you want to do certain side quests that you get something out of it. Facial animation and lip syncing. To me, these two needed to be a bit more polished, almost like the environment. Like, the environment is so beautiful. And stuff. Some cutscenes would be closer to their face. The lips at times wouldn't match up. At least for the English dub, I am unsure about how it is in Japanese. The facial animations were actually pretty good, but I think they needed a bit more time for that portion. I am also very unsure if they ran out of time and stuff. Like, I loved how each character looked, but maybe like a little bit more polished. That could just be me though, but they still looked fantastic. And even the environment, they put a ton of work into. The story was honestly pretty good. I did end up choosing the bad ending on accident, but you get a red version of the ghost mask in outfit, when in the good ending you get it in white. Spoilers ahead if you want to avoid, because I literally mentioned what the ending basically was. How the game ended, I am unsure if they were going to do a sequel, just because it wasn't really open-ended. The final choice you have is to either honor your uncle and kill him, or not. So in a way, it is hard to see if this can be a series with more than one game. I would definitely recommend this game to anyone that's interested in it, mostly due to the combat, environment, and bosses. The story, to me, felt pretty decent, but everything else makes up for it. That is why my rating for this game is a 7.8 out of 10. My previous one was literally going to be a 7.5, but hands down, what saved it for me was all three of those things that I just mentioned. Like I said, the combat, environment, and bosses. All of that made up for it. Let me know down in the comments below what all of you think about my rating and technical review. And how would you rate the game? I plan on doing more reviews for certain games. I am currently working on a part 2 review and one about the representation. Also, this was my first video about doing a review, and I plan on improving much more little by little, because I know this video could have been way better, but I kind of want to show where I'm at and then improve. Stuff like that. Will reviews likely be kind of a thing? Yeah. For games that I play from start to finish. And give critiques about it, the positives, negatives, stuff like that, 'cause it seems very fun to do. Have a great day, and I'll see all of you later.